This is the L2C Media Network. Yeah, we're 2 minutes late. Big deal. Oh, I'm not even supposed to be here. Bangborn, I'm supposed to be on vacation. Yes, sir, right here. This is the L2C Media Network. God, I love this job. I know, I love it too. And by the way, have a nice 2 weeks off. Thank you. This is the Sports Final. Now just Sports Final with Steve Baxley. Tonight, as always, sponsored in part by William Hill Sportsbook. Let's make it interesting, but make it interesting responsibly. And by WLNS CBS 6, here for you for over 71 years. Now, as our good friend would say, with the details that makes the headlines in the world of sports seem normal, here's our host, Steve, the Maxman Baxel. Hey, how you doing, everybody? Steve here. Up to you too. There we go. Hey, it worked. We gotta get one of those circle light things, you know. See if we can do that when we move our operation to a better place in the living room. No offense to the living room, but anyway. Welcome everybody. Welcome one and all to the Corsican Ball. This is Sports Final, formerly the L2C Sports Final, formerly the Sports Final, formerly Steve Baxley Sports Final. Now we just decided to call it Sports Final. Why? Why not? Anyway, now that we've done the history lesson, let's get on with it because there are a lot of things happening in das Welt of Sport. And one of those things, my friends, happened today after CBS Sports got a hold of a few things. The Mariners are searching now for a new president and a CEO. Why? Well, give a little listen as we make it all clear to you. The Seattle Mariners announced Monday that President Kevin Mather has resigned from his position following his disparaging comments that surfaced in a leaked video over the weekend. Mariners chairman and managing partner John Stanton will act as acting president and CEO until a successor is chosen, the team said in a statement. Mather, speaking in a Zoom meeting with a Seattle area Rotary Club earlier this month, made remarks about suppressing player service time, said the team did not want to pay the salary of a Japanese player's interpreter, and criticized the English of one of the Mariners' Dominican Republic born prospects. He issued an apology on Sunday before resigning on Monday. Here is the statement from Stanton. Like all of you, I was extremely disappointed when I learned of Kevin Mather's recent comments. His comments are inappropriate and do not represent our organization's feelings about our players, staff, and fans. There is no excuse for what was said, and I won't try to make one. I offer my sincere apology on behalf of the club and my partners to our players and fans. We must be and do better. We have a lot of work to do to make amends, and that work is already underway. Kevin Mather has resigned his position effective immediately. I thank Kevin for his 25 years of service. Man, our teleprompter is going nuts here. Up, boys. To our franchise, I will serve as acting president and CEO until a successor can be chosen. Everyone at the Seattle Mariners remains committed to our mission of winning on the field and serving fans and communities off the field. We will demonstrate that commitment through our actions. End quotation. The Baseball Players Association issued their own statement on Monday calling Mather's comments offensive. No kidding. And saying they represented an unfiltered look into club thinking, end quote. Mather joined the Mariners in 1996, first serving as executive vice president of finance in January 2014. He was selected to succeed Chuck Armstrong as team president. The release of Mather's video is not the first time his character, or lack of, has come into question. In a 2018 report from the Seattle Times, Mather was accused of harassment by two former female employees. The original complaints were made in 2009 and 2010. The two women eventually left the team while Mather was retained and promoted 4 years later. Mather said in a statement at the time, quote, "I am committed to ensuring that every Mariners employee feels comfortable and respected and can contribute to our success both on the field and in the community. Can we do better? Of course." Well, end quote, by the way. Well, they did the right thing. They got rid of this idiot. Now, it's time to move on. Let's hope the next guy, when it's a Zoom meeting, you don't try to put an entire shoe store in your mouth. Okay, and that is the big news from out of Mariners land. Let's keep going. And more problems over there in Tennessee. We got two stories from National Football League, all dealing with disgruntlement. Let's give it to you, shall we? We shall. All right. Let's rock and let's roll. Okay, come on, boys. Get that teleprompter working. Thank you. Isaiah Wilson's days in Tennessee appear like they may be reaching a climax. On Monday evening, the offensive tackle's official Twitter account tweeted that he is, quote, "done with football as a Titan," end quote, and would take no further comments on the situation. The post remained on the 2020 first-round pick social media page for over 10 minutes before it was eventually taken down by either Wilson or someone who has access to his account. It's just the latest ordeal in what has evolved into a disastrous start to Wilson's NFL career after being selected by the club with the number 29 overall pick last spring. He recorded just 4 snaps for the Titans last season, was placed on the reserve non-football injury list in early December. After the 22-year-old dealt with a number of off-the-field issues, Wilson was arrested for a DUI, that's driving under the influence or driving under idiocy. In September, was also suspended by the team later in the season for violating club rules. It was after that suspension was lifted when he was placed on the non-football illness list due to, of course, personal reasons. Earlier this month, Titans general manager Jon Robinson was asked about Wilson's status with the team and noted that he hadn't been in contact with him since he was placed on the NFL list. Robinson also put the ball in Wilson's court if he wants to continue his career or not. Jon Robinson said at the time via the official team's website, quote, "He's going to have to make a determination on whether he wants to do what it takes to play pro football. That will be on him," end quote. At the time, Titans selected the 6'6", 350-pounder out of Georgia. He was looked at as someone who could help anchor the offensive line opposite of Taylor Lewan, helping to protect Ryan Tannehill while also paving the way for Derrick Henry in the running game. Unfortunately for Tennessee, it doesn't appear like this first rounder is going to pay the dividends of most organizations, and I said most, not moist, hope for when they make such a significant investment. As for Wilson's NFL career, well, that's hanging by a thread. Anyway, we got more business to tend to. Let's keep going with the fun. Are we ready? Yep. All right. Our next story in the saga of disgruntled workers. This one, this was easy. A little too easy in some cases. David Irving re-signed with the Las Vegas Raiders last week, a franchise he has played for since the NFL reinstated him last year. While Irving is enjoying his time with the Raiders, well, the same can't be said of his previous franchise, the Dallas Cowboys. Now, Irving, who spent the first 4 seasons of his career with the Cowboys, did not enjoy his time with Dallas, to say the least. Irving said via Vic Tafur of The Athletic, quote, I hated going to work with Cowboys. A cowboy is all hardy, har har, and all this America's team stuff. I belong in Las Vegas with the Raiders. You've got some real people here who can appreciate a unique specimen like myself. I am a bit different on and off the field, and they understand that. I am comfortable here. Not only that, man, but I see a team here with a bunch of good young players that have been missing a little leadership, end quote. Got a second chance at a return to football with the Raiders after quitting in 2019 after the NFL suspended him indefinitely for violating its substance abuse policy. That was his third violation in 3 years. When Irving quit, he famously filmed himself smoking what appeared to be a blunt while announcing his retirement on Instagram. At the time, Irving had 12.5 sacks, including a career-high 7 in 2017 in 37 career games. Since being reinstated by the NFL and signing with the Raiders last October, Irving 2 games and just 40 snaps, having 4 tackles with no sacks and 1 pressure before injuring his knee in Week 11 of the season. With the Cowboys chapter of his career behind him, Irving is looking for a bounce-back 2021 season with Raiders defensive line coach Rob Marinelli, who used to coach the Detroit Lions. By the way, he was also his defensive coordinator with the Cowboys. Irving said to The Athletic, quote, I see this as my team and my defense, and I am going to put in the work, and I am going to back that up. Oh, God bless him. Anyway, let's keep going. By the way, April 29th through May 1st is NFL Draft 2021. Okay, we got more coming up. The NFL, about a couple more NFL stories, a little college football, and all other things, including the Champions League, resumes tomorrow. We'll tell you all about that, get you all the scores and stories, including who could be next to get the axe, who is now literally having his butt burned in the hot seat for the National Basketball Association. Of course, scores and more. As You Like It tonight coming up. In fact, why don't we do the Champions League? That's right. Champions League resumes on Tuesday. You can catch all the excitement and action of the round of 16 on CBS All Access. Another week of UEFA Champions League action. Round of 16 has rolled around. This time it is the title holders, Bayern Munich, SS Lazio, Atletico Madrid, and Chelsea's turn to provide Tuesday's entertainment. As always, you can see all the action on CBS All Access. Now, there'll be no shortage of quality in either match. And last week's game set the bar high with Paris Saint-Germain starman Kylian Mbappe shining brightest against Barcelona 4-1 demolition, while Liverpool won 2-0 against RB Leipzig in Budapest, Hungary. Interesting. Now, Atleti are La Liga's Tuesday representatives, and they come up against Thomas Tuchel's Chelsea at Arena Națională in Bucharest, Romania, while Bayern will attempt to follow Borussia Dortmund's example to give themselves an advantage against Lazio heading into the return leg in Germany. Now, Atletico against Chelsea is fascinating, which a lot of people would call it fascinating, largely due to the fact that this will be Tuchel's first outing as Blues boss in the Champions League. The German, who replaced Frank Lampard as Chelsea manager in January, a month after parting ways with Paris Saint-Germain, has set himself very high standards after taking PSG to their first ever Champions League final last year. The former PSG boss navigated tricky ties both last season and this campaign's group stage with a mercurial Parisian side that, even after his departure, keeps struggling to change gears when they return to domestic action after their continental exploits. This season, Tuchel managed to engineer an excellent turnaround in Group H that ultimately saw PSG win the group and advance after 3 consecutive wins over Leipzig, Manchester United, and Istanbul, Başakşehir. In fact, it was arguably the impressive manner of a 3-1 victory at Old Trafford that appealed strongly to Chelsea when they made the decision to part ways with Lampard after an underwhelming run of domestic form. Meanwhile, La Liga's leaders, Atleti, are experiencing a difficult run of form with just 1 win from the last 4 after draws with Celta Vigo and Levante. And then a home defeat to the latter that has seen their lead at the top cut to just a tray 3-pointer. However, Simeone, well, for those of you down south, it's Simeone's men do have a game in hand over bitter rivals Real Madrid in second. So they have some breathing room as they chase a domestic title and can't afford to concentrate on improving their Champions League record, which has not exactly been so far in this edition. A heavy loss away at Bayern and a home draw, as well as a pair of draws with Lokomotiv Moscow, meant that qualifying for the knockout round requires a victory on match day 6, which they delivered with a 2-0 win over Red Bull Salzburg. Spanish clubs have been suffering in Europe this season, with Barca and Sevilla already staring down at barrel at the Champions League adios. So it's up to Atleti to buck that trend and put themselves in a strong position ahead of the return leg. Now, this one promises to be tight over both legs, but Tuchel's early form with Chelsea suggests that Simeone and his men face a very tough task. Now, on the other side of the coin, defending champion Bayern traveled to Rome to face Lazio after a Bundesliga draw with struggling Arminia Bielefeld, and a defeat to improving Eintracht Frankfurt, which has hardly been ideal. Now, it's tempting to blame the distraction and schedule congestion caused by the FIFA Club World Cup, which Bayern traveled to Qatar to win earlier this month. For the club's recent struggles, which have reignited the German title race, there were, however, signs that Hansi Flick's men were already faltering with the league's loss away at Borussia Mönchengladbach and the DFB Pokal exit at the hands of second-tier Holstein Kiel back in January. Now, Bayern are certainly not the same all-conquering machine that they were last summer when they beat Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League final to become champions of Europe and Germany. And this unpredictable Lazio side have the potential to cause the Bavarians problems on their day. We'll see how that happens. Now, the Italians have been improving form. Let's try that again. The Italians have been in improving form in 2021 with 8 wins from 11 matches across all competitions, and 1 or 2 defeats came in the Coppa Italia, Italy's domestic cup competition, which gives Simone Inzaghi, thank you, men more time to focus on enjoying their return to Champions League action. In Ciro Immobile, Lazio boasts one of Europe's most reliable goal scorers with 19 Series A and Champions League goals combined so far this campaign, on top of Sergei Milinkovic, Savic, and Luis Alberto represents a significant quality at this level. Now, on paper, Bayern are favorites yet again, but the Germans have shown themselves to be vulnerable as of late, and Lazio have shown their capabilities in wins over bitter rivals AS Roma and Atalanta already this year to lie just outside the Champions League berths in Italy's top flight. If the Bianconeri can pull off a first league upset, the pressure will be on the title holders for the return, and Lazio will have little to lose when they travel to Germany next month with a potential first quarterfinal since 99,000 beckoning. So there ye go. What to expect from the Champions League action on tomorrow. You can catch it, as we said, on CBS All Access for free. You don't have to pay for it. Well, I mean, you pay for the streaming service, but you don't have to pay for the extra stuff, unlike Peacock, where you have to pay an arm and a leg and a foot. Anyway, let me take a little swiggy. Okay, time now to consider the force. And by force, I speak of our little commercials. First off, as you know, we always have to plug our good friends on YouTube, our YouTube neighbors. And tonight on Lost Pointing the Interwebs with the vivacious, awe-inspiring, yet humble Nick Rekieta, Minnesota lawyer extraordinaire. Tonight he talks about the court packing, Supreme Court packing, otherwise known as, Nick's YouTube woes, and believe it or not, racist colleges, and believe it or not, the Muppets reportedly are offensive. Ooh, scary. Anyway, if you're ready for all that, Nick Rekieta and company will surely love to see you at midnight Eastern on the Rekieta Law Channel. It's Lost Pointing the Interwebs, only here on YouTube. William Hill Sportsbook has got a good deal for you since it has come to Michigan, among other states. If you download the William Hill Sportsbook mobile magic box, you'll get some money handed to you, so you'll be able to play along. There you go. There we go. So, William Hill Sportsbook, remember, they got everything. They got bets for prop bets, bets on games, and a whole lot more. William Hill Sportsbook, let's make it interesting, but let's make it interesting responsibly. And if you got a little problem, especially here in Michigan, dial 1-800 270 7711. 17, no. Are you sure it's 7177? Yeah, 7177. There you go. All right, we've done the commercials. Let's get back into the action that we like to call the scoreboard. Or actually not scoreboard, well, scoreboard part 2. This is scoreboard number 1, and for that, we offer this. Ugh. Okay, let me get a little swig here. All right. At the end of the third quarter, Los Angeles Lakers lead the Washington Wizards. Well, now in the still early stages of the fourth quarter, the Los Angeles Lakers lead the Washington Wizards by 88-87. Okay, final scores. We got them. You're going to get them. Chicago Bulls rout the Houston Rockets 120-100. Mavericks over the Memphis Grizzlies. Dallas Mavericks over the Memphis Grizzlies 102-92. The Phoenix Suns over the Portland Trail Blazers 132-100. New Orleans Jazz over the Cardinal Hornet. The Cardinal Hornet? Yeah. Yeah, we named a new Hornet. The Cardinal Hornet. Utah Jazz won over the Hornets 132-110. Let's keep going. We got two more scores, excuse me. Miami Heat over the Oklahoma City Thunder 108-94. Spurs and Pacers were postponed. Yep. That's that. Okay. Oh, boy. Okay. Let's get back to the what's this with? All right. Time now to get you over to men's college basketball. And then we'll get over to the women's college basketball, the NBA G League. The NBA itself, we've already had the NBA G League. That's right. So if we're ready. Yes, we're ready. Okay, let's go for it. All right. In the world of wackiness known as the NCAA Men's Basketball Scoreboard, of course, presented and sponsored by William Hill Sportsbook. Let's make it interesting, and let's make it interesting, but responsible. There we go. Oh, God. Okay, let's get you all the scores for yesterday. Oklahoma State over 18th ranked Texas Tech 74-69. 19th ranked USC over Oregon 72-58. Which wasn't bad, was it? No, it wasn't. Okay. Does that jibe with all right, let's before we get to some more scoring, and obviously there must be some more scoring. All right, let's take it from the top, as they say, in this wacky world of ours. Okay, 48 seconds left in the second half. New Mexico leads the Air Force 71-65. Oops. Okay, now we understand how we're doing this. Yes, we do. Oklahoma City 74-69. They beat 18th ranked Texas Tech. 19th ranked Southern California defeats Oregon 72-58. Liberty and Justice for All gave North Alabama fits by 10, 74-54. Eastern Kentucky and 87-65 of juice. Anyway, sorry, baking. Anyway, let's keep going here. Defeated Little Rock 68-64. UNC Greensboro defeated Western Carolina 77-56. Jackson State over Grambling 63-59. Louisiana over UT Arlington 76-74. Charleston Southern in overtime defeated Presbyterian 78-77. Morehead State defeated SIUE-CU 56-48. St. Mary's of California left to say hello, people. That's right. St. Mary's of California defeated Pepperdine 61-66. Oh boy, what an yes. Hit me with that. Thank you. Okay, we got St. Mary's 66-61 over Pepperdine. Gardner-Webb 69-58 over USC Upstate. Texas State over Arkansas State 57-52. Drake over Evansville 74-63. Duke over Syracuse 85-71. Elon over William and Mary 73-54. Mercer over Citadel 88-52. Southern Illinois over Valparaiso 67-64. UAB over Rust 117-45. Southeastern Louisiana beat A&M Corpus Christi by a single digit. Northwestern over Houston Baptist 86-80. Sam Houston over Lamar University 77-71. New Orleans, great big whopping wet one for your team. Databook archive, so what can we say? But wow, that was totally bizarro, right? Yeah. All right, let's keep this going. New Orleans over Central Arkansas, 88-63. Alcorn over Alabama A&M, 65-52. Southern University, 75-66 for Alabama Stewart. New York Mets, they won one, and that one was against. Anyway, Southern U over Alabama State, 75-66, and New Mexico over the Air Force, 73-65. West Virginia, TCU, Colorado, Nevada, or Colorado State, Nevada, Wofford, and Samville have all been done away with, postponed. Okay, let's oh boy, this is going to be a little insane, isn't it? Yep, it is. But we can do it, can't we? Yes, yes, we can. Yes, we can. All right, we've had the men. Let's go to the women. It's time to check women's basketball scoreboard. And it goes something like this. All right. No, that was a tired human. Anyway, women's basketball is popping up. Let's pop in with it. SFA over Central Arkansas, 82-59. Jacksonville State, a 61-47 win over SIUE. Stony Brook, a 58-46 win over Albany, New York. Boom over Little Rock, 62-44. Jen, I have all right. I think we've gotten almost all this done. Jackson State over Grambling, 82-66. North Alabama over Bellarmine, 89-76. Oh, yeah. I'm lost. 89.76 is where we were. Thank you. Nichols State, 72-65 winner over Northwestern State. Pacific, a 67-65 winner over San Diego. Austin Peay over Eastern Kentucky, 65-49. Butler over Xavier, 73-61. Prairie View defeated Arkansas Pine Bluff, 70-58. St. Bonaventure, 72-55 winner over Duquesne. Alcorn surprised Alabama A&M 73-74 in overtime. Southern University over Alabama 64-47. Lehigh over Lafayette, we were here 71-57. Marquette over Creighton 65-41. Sam Houston 63-55 winner in Lamar University. McNeese and Houston Baptist 73-55. Notre Dame 50. Pittsburgh 48, Southeastern Louisiana 51, but Abilene Creationists, yeah, that's wild. Okay, McNeese is 73-55 winner over Houston Baptist. Notre Dame a 58-48 win over Pittsburgh. Southeastern LA, Abilene Christian a loser to Southeastern LA, 51-46. Portland State over Warner Pacific, 66-30. Arizona takes to the microphone and says, "Hey, we lost to a good team." That's right. Stanford beat us, or beat Arizona by a score of 62-48. And finally, Fly Atlantic and UTEP finally. Anyway, canceled games. There's only one. By the way, UTEP over Florida Atlantic 92-62. Stanford over Arizona 62-48. And A&M Corpus Christi and UIW, they were postponed. That's right, they were postponed. Okay, and that puts a big old win with the college all done. Let's go over to the NHL. Then we'll check with the American Hockey League and a few other things. All right. Let's do this and stay awake. Here we go to the scoreboard. Only one game to play, and they're in the second period. 3:25 remaining. Minnesota Wild ups the Sharks of San Jose by 3, 5-2. And some final scores. We got them. You want them? We're going to give them to you. Calgary Flames blanked the Toronto Maple Leafs 3-0. The Molson Cup 3 stars as selected by the fans and Hockey Night in Canada. I always love to say that. Rittich for Calgary, 34 saves. Monahan for Calgary, 1 goal, 1 assist. And Tkachuk for Calgary, 1 goal, 1 assist. Florida Panthers over the Dallas Stars, 3-1. Barkov for Florida, 1 goal. Kudobin for Dallas, 49 saves. And Ekblad, 1 goal. It was a Florida almost sweep, but Dallas snuck the winner there. Tampa Bay Lightning, your Stanley Cup defending champs, put a hurt on the Carolina Hurricanes 4-2. Hedman for Tampa Bay, 1 goal, 1 assist. Fast was truly fast with 2 goals for Carolina. And Vasilevsky for Tampa Bay, 34 saves. New York Islanders beat up on the Buffalo Sabres by a score of 3-2. Pajot for the Islanders, 1 goal. Martin for the Islanders, 1 goal. Leddy for the Islanders, 1 assist. More final scores and 2 Molson Cups 3 stars. LA Kings blanked the Blues of St. Louis 3-0. Quick for LA, 31 saves. Binnington for St. Louis, 28 saves. And Brown for LA, 2 goals. Arizona Coyotes over the Anaheim Mighty Ducks, 4-3. Dvorak for Arizona, 2 goals. Krejci for Arizona, goal and an assist. And Brassard for Arizona, 1 whopping goal. Golden Knights blanked the Avalanche 3-0. And that is your NHL report. Let's take you now to the opposite of the NHL. Let's take you to the AHL. Then we'll see if anything's happened in the G League. Very well. Okay, let's get to the reason we're here. Let's go to the scoreboard of the AHL, the American Hockey League. And got one game that was played today, I do believe, if the schedule is right. Okay, let's get some games, and here we go. The Cleveland Monsters whipped the Rockford Ice Hogs by a score of 7-3. Meanwhile, the Manitoba Moose took to overtime to defeat the Laval Rocket 3-2. And there you go. Quick work on a Monday, isn't it? Yep, it is. It is. It truly is. Yes. Okay. Yeah, let's see what's happening in the G League. And get their schedule of Fun Quixote. Of course, the NBA G League, sponsored by the good folks at Gatorade. It's what's in you. Strange, isn't it? Ugh. Excuse me. It's been a while. It's been a wild day. All right. Okay, are we doing this? Yes, we are. Okay, we got some scores here for you. If we can get them straightened out from yesterday. That's right, from yesterday. Oklahoma City defeated Iowa 120. Iowa defeated Oklahoma City 122-120. Are you sure of that? Okay, we got that wrong. Oklahoma City defeated Iowa 128-122. Canton lost to Westchester 100-91. Long Island defeated the Ignite 109-97. Erie defeated Delaware 116-110. Santa Cruz defeated Agua Caliente 129-90. Memphis lost to the Raptors 119-117. Some scores we have yet to receive from today. Today is today. There we go. It was yesterday once more. Austin and Salt Lake City play at 11 a.m. today. Lakeland and Westchester Greensboro and Rio Grande Valley, Erie at Fort Wayne, Santa Cruz in Iowa. And there you go, your games for this particular day, the 23rd. And that is your NBA G League report. That's right, we carry it all here. Aren't you glad we do? Anyway. It's 18 minutes past 12. We've already done the sponsorship portion of the tremendous broadcast. So, what is there left to do? Very simple. We have a few media bites to report on. Then we go to the scoreboard, then say hi to a few people. ABC and Disney, or Disney's ABC television network, has given the folks who love mini golf an early, shall we say, way big old Christmas present. Back in September, rumors began to circle about Holy Moly, the mini golf show. Actually, we should call it the Bizarre Mini Golf Show, hosted by ESPN's Joe Tessitore and comic Rob Riggle. It'll begin the third season, and while that news still hasn't been officially announced, a new report from Deadline on Monday indicates that Holy Moly won't just begin the third season, it'll get a fourth as well. In fact, here's the detail. Deadline understands that the Disney-owned network has handed a bumper two-season renewal order for mini golf competition Holy Moly, taking it through to a fourth season. The non-scripted series has performed well for the network during the summer. The second season increased ratings from its first, and it has been a useful co-viewing show for the broadcaster. ABC also increased the run for the second season to 13 episodes, up from 10 in season 1. And by the way, those of you in Australia, you got yours. That's right. The 7 Network will be having, will be doing their version of Holy Moly. Yep, Rob Riggle will be a part of that one as well. Deadline also reports that Tessitore and Riggle will step back in their roles as the show's host, with Jeannie Mai coming back as sideline reporter. Steph Curry also retains his executive producer credit. After all, it is his show. Holy Moly has been one of the surprise successes over the last 2 years for ABC, and it's not a shock to see it coming back for 2 more seasons. Tessitore's enthusiasm for the show has come through when talking to our good friends at Awful Announcing each of the 2 seasons, and that enthusiasm was echoed by those on social media who have a lot to do. That's right. I love Holy Moly. I can't wait for YouTube to have the Australian one in highlights. Well, George Clooney is set to produce a documentary series with Sports Illustrated Studios on the Ohio State Athletics abuse scandal. That should be fun. Turner's delayed Inside the NBA documentary. The Inside story is now set for a March premiere. And, well, CBS let another one fly the coop of the eyeball. Rich Gannon is done as the NFL on CBS analyst after 16 seasons in the booth. The move, reported by the New York Post, Andrew Marchand, leaves an open analyst slot for CBS, although it remains to be seen just where it will fall in the lineup, much less who will fill it. Gannon, the former MVP quarterback, will not have his contract renewed in the first move of the NFL TV free agency. When contacted by the Post, the CBS spokeswoman confirmed. CBS has not set Gannon's replacement just yet. The 2 internal candidates figure to be Adam Archuleta and James Lofton. Look for Lofton to get that one. Now, before last season, CBS started to tip its hand on the 55-year-old Gannon when it split him from his longtime partner, Kevin Harlan. While CBS doesn't officially designate its depth chart, Harlan and Trent Green did the 3rd best game most weeks, while Greg Gumbel and Gannon received the 4th most watched matchup. Gannon joined CBS in 2005, shortly after his retirement from the league, and has been a steady presence throughout his entire tenure. He could look to pivot to college assignments or take some time off or just retire completely now. He certainly earned it. 16 years as an analyst on the back of 18 years in the NFL is a heck of a life in football, broadcast or otherwise. As to his replacement, for the first time in years, this offseason didn't feature a lot of broadcasting speculation, thanks in large part to ESPN, seemingly content to stick with their newly formed Monday Night Football booth. Yes, Fox added Greg Olsen, but that and whatever NBC does with Drew Brees, should Brees make his expected retirement announcement, our moves have been in the works for years. This CBS opening, though, doesn't come with any obvious replacements. Marchant mentions Archuleta and Lofton as internal candidates to move up a rung or two on the assignment ladder, sure, but that would still mean CBS has an opening for a new analyst. If they try to replace their Romo success, would they target another recently retired quarterback? Now, this is speculative, of course, but Philip Rivers just retired. Does he have any interest in joining the world of broadcasting? Now, Jay Cutler was at one point set to join Fox and mentioned on a reality show that aired last spring he met with a few networks, one of which was reportedly CBS. There are obviously many directions, other directions CBS can go here as well, but this move feels like it's been planned for a while, which means they might have an ideal replacement in mind already as well. 24 after the hour of midnight, and friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. It's time for Soccer Scoreboard. And then we take it by ear, nose, and throat. Beyond the rugged rocks. Here we go. Oh, was that fast? Okay. Yes, here we go. Let's go to Premier League. Crystal Palace over Brighton and Hove Albion, 2-1. Spanish La Liga, Seville over Osasuna, 2-0. Italia City Z, Juventus over Crotone, 3-0. Belgian Club Bruges over Oud Heavily Leuven, 3-0. Brazilian Series A, Botafogo and São Paulo, 1-0. Botafogo beat São Paulo. Palmeiras and Atletico Goianiense tied at 1. Danish soccer, it was Lyngby BK and FC Copenhagen 2-2. Greek Superliga, Panathinaikos over Panathinaikos 1-0. Portuguese Premier League, it was Maritimo, a loser to Porto 2-1. And Turkish Super League, Ankara Gücü and Kayserispor tied at 1. There you go, right there in the nutshell. Okay, let's rock it and ride it. You know what it's time for. You gotta say hi to the folks at Facebook, Twitter, Gab Social, Minds, Instagram, and the TikTok. Now we've done that. Wrap things up here like a puppy and sell it. Sell it to someone who could take care of them. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the scoreboard. And we got one baseball thing to do. Wow. That's amazing, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Well, let's see. I've already done soccer, so we don't need to do soccer. But here we go. We be fast, they be slow. Hey. In the Euro League, Zenit Petersburg over Olimpio Milano, 79-70. And believe it or not, we have only one baseball score to report. That's right, one simple game of baseball to report before we leave the confines of our airwaves for tonight's little action. And that action is no matches tonight. Rats. No matches tonight. Damn. Okay, so that means one thing. We are done. We've had joy, we've had fun. It's been sporting as we run. That's going to wrap it up for us. We want to thank you very much for joining us on this nightly Love Boat of Sports, and we'll talk to you folks tomorrow night, same time, same place, unless a late sports show puts us overboard. Whereas we'll join you after that late event. But for right now, we'll see you at 11:35 tomorrow night. Thank you for joining us. I'm Steve the Baxman Baxley for Franklin Pangborn and our entire crew here on Sports Final. Thank you. Good night. This has been a presentation of Mystifying Creativity Productions in association with the L2C Media Network and L2C Sports and YouTube. We will see you tomorrow. Take care, blessings, and good night, West Coast. Good morning, East Coast. Enjoy the rest of your days.